Thanksgiving Day, and I'm about to lose my toe, and I'm gonna be limping for the rest of my life just because I wanted to get away from that perverted ass teacher. Oh my God, I can't believe this is happening to me. Oh, before we get started, please do comment, like, and subscribe. Press that like button down there. Thank you. Let's get started. All right, guys, welcome to the first ever story time. Yeah, it's so exciting. Story time, story time. It's time for story time. So, I guess this story time, I'll probably call it the time I fell up the stairs, okay? Yeah, it was every bit as stupid as you're probably imagining right now. I guess I should probably go into the reason why I travel a little bit to give some background about this. So, I don't have a laundry list of countries. I kind of find a place and stick to it for a while because I connect. I like to connect with a place. I like to find out about that place's culture, and the way that you do that is by being there and experiencing the ups and downs with the locals. So this down was really insightful for me, and during that time it really sucked, but now it's kind of a learning moment. It's a good story to tell, and it gives insight into Korean life, you know. So basically, this is when I was a newbie traveler. Yeah, I was in Korea for my first ever job, and I had moved to Korea after finishing getting my degree. Like immediately that fall, I got a job in Korea. I was working at a government elementary school, and a month after moving to Korea, my grandfather died. So I was having a tough time, and Thanksgiving was right around the corner. And it was my first time being away from my country during an important holiday, and Halloween went by uneventfully, and it was Thanksgiving Day. So there were a lot of really interesting characters in my school, but I was the only foreigner. No, I think there was one after-school worker who spoke English. She was from Canada, but we rarely ever talked. At that time, it was just me and a whole bunch of other Korean teachers. So, and in Korea, they have this thing. They're like, oh, I feel so scared when I see foreigners and I can't speak. So, you know, basically I was solo most of the time because everyone was too scared to talk to me, you know, and I had to be aware of that and understanding of the fact that they were scared to talk to me. Yeah, so basically I was lonely as fuck, okay? Anyway, there were a few people who were interested in me, like my friend Dahi, who I love, my friend Lana, who came later, and there were a couple of gyms in there, and there were a couple of weirdos, you know, the kind who are infatuated with foreignness. You know, they're like, foreign woman, you know. So basically there was one dude, a PE teacher, and he was kind of weird, and he was like, it's like every semester the PE teacher switched out. Like they couldn't keep a good PE teacher. So this one particular PE teacher was a real weirdo, and he wanted to talk to me, but I didn't want to talk to him. And he was like coming up to me trying to get my personal information, like, can I get your Kakao Talk, you know? And you know, Kakao Talk is this it's like WhatsApp for Korea, except really big. Now you can like pay with it and stuff like that. Like it's like a second bank account and Facebook and Instagram all together in one. Anyway, so he wanted to get my personal information, and of course I didn't want to give it to him because he looked crazy. So I headed away from him. You know, he was in the lunchroom. So I quickly exited and tried to go up the stairs. And in my rush to go up the stairs, I felt a sharp pain in my foot. And I thought, oh my God, what was that? I don't care, because I'm gonna get the fuck away from this guy. So I was like running up the stairs, right? And I ran up to the 3rd floor, I believe, was where I was working. And I went to the teacher's room, and I felt like I was walking in a puddle or something. I looked down, and in my slippers, because in Korean schools, you can't wear your outside shoes. As soon as you walk in, you have to change from your outside shoes into some slippers. So I had run all the way up the stairs in these Adidas slippers. And I got to my desk and looked down, and there was a puddle of blood sitting there, like flopping all over the place. Like there was blood here and there. And I was like, oh my God. And I was in shock. So I said to my colleague, once my colleague got there, I was like, I think I need to go to the hospital. And she looked down, she's like, oh my God, let's go downstairs to the nurse. So here I am, taking myself down to the nurse. My students are walking by, hey, Miss Pearson Sam, how are you? You know, and I'm just like, obviously not good. Can you see that or no? Anyway, so I'm like going down the stairs, and I finally make it limp. I limp down there to the nurse's office. She examines my foot and says, oh yeah, this is bad. Go to the hospital. And so here I am, and I'm like, okay, so the ambulance is gonna come get me. It's all good. We good. I'll sit here. And they're like, no. You have to get up and walk with us. And I'm like, okay, so we're gonna walk outside of the school to catch the ambulance. Okay, that's good. All right, so here I am limping. My colleague, who hates me, yeah, because her job was very stressful. Anyway, her job was to organize all the teachers. So me being the foreign teacher, I gave her the most trouble because she had to organize my contract. She had to prepare my apartment. She had to do all this stuff to prepare for me. So she was totally done with dealing with all that. And every day I had a new question for her, you know, because I was new to Korea. I didn't know anything about this place and I needed help. And it was her job to help me. So now I had damn near broken off my toe, and she really was over it. So she was like, follow me. So she's like walking down the street, and we didn't stop at the gate. And I'm like, so where are we going? She's like, to the hospital. And I'm like, we're gonna walk all the way there? Can't you see my foot? Like, I'm bleeding all over the place. She wasn't stopping. So here I am limping down the street. My students are floating by me. Hi, Mrs. Pearson. Hey, Pearson teacher. How are you? Ooh, Pearson teacher, are you okay? You know, and I'm like, it was so embarrassing. Like, I didn't know what to do with myself there. And I'm like, why the hell am I walking down the street to get to the hospital? Isn't there like some kind of emergency care or a chair I can sit in? Like, but no, that wasn't available. So I walked down the street. See, apparently in Korea, there are hospitals everywhere, okay? So, I mean, it's so much so that there are hospitals everywhere that my kids, my students, my elementary students, if they fall down and break their leg, they walk to the hospital and get themselves care. If they catch a cold, they walk to the hospital and get themselves care. If my colleagues are on their period and they have a little pain, they just walk down to the hospital and get themselves care, because they don't have to carry it around with them. They don't have to carry ibuprofen or carry any kind of useful, like, they don't have to carry any kind of hygiene products with them, because everything is right there within walking distance. So there's no need to worry. During the break, you just walk down to the 7-Eleven and get what you need, right? It was really shocking. Like in China, there are 7-Elevens here and there, you know, but we still carry it with us. I don't understand. I couldn't understand that aspect of Korean culture. I mean, I could after a while because I knew it would be there, but I was still in that American mindset, like, hey, do you have an ibuprofen? I'm feeling pain. And everyone would look at me like, why? There's a pharmacy just down the street. Just go get it, you know? Life is so different. The mindsets are so different in different cultures. Anyway, That's what I'm here for, right? Yeah, so basically I limped my ass down there to the hospital with my colleague, and we went into a hospital room. The doctor saw us right away because that's just how it is in Korea. Like, you get there, you go. So we went in, he took a look at my foot. I didn't know what the hell was going on. It was Thanksgiving Day. I'm just in a state of shock that this is my Thanksgiving. It's Thanksgiving Day and I'm about to lose my toe and I'm gonna be limping for the rest of my life just because I wanted to get away from that perverted ass teacher. Oh my God, I can't believe this is happening to me. That's exactly what was going through my head. I didn't know what to do with myself. So I'm just sitting there just scared, you know, because this man is fiddling with my toes and I done damn near chopped one off. And my colleague there can speak English and Korean, so I don't know why she's not translating. I don't know why she's not translating, other than the fact that she hates my guts. So she just sat there. He's like talking, shimmy, 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 shimmy. And then she looks at me and she says, he said, sit still. And then he continues, mo, 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 mo. And then she looks at me and says, continue to sit still. And I'm like, that is not what he said. He obviously said more than that, but she wasn't budging. Anyway, the man ended up cleaning off my toe. I didn't need stitches. He wrapped it up real tight. He said I had to do that for the next couple of weeks. And basically, I spent Thanksgiving worried about my toe falling off and getting infected. Until my friend Gwang-young called me. Ko Gwang-young, thank you so much. You probably don't remember this, but my friend Ko Gwang-young, oh, it's really hard to say. My friend Gwang-young called me that night. And he said, Donna, do you want to go to a flower market? And I was like, yeah. And you know why he did that? Because at that flower market, there were Christmas trees. And he knew that I missed home. And he took me there to get Christmas trees. And that is the most memorable Thanksgiving night. That is the most memorable Thanksgiving night I've ever had in Korea. It was really sucky in the beginning. The day really sucked at first. But that move that he made was, I mean, I'll never forget his kindness. So he doesn't know this, but I'll always be thankful to him for that. Anyway, guys, that's the time that I almost lost my toe when I fell up the stairs. Yes, yes, yes. I'm like running up the stairs and there goes my toe. Anyway, y'all, maybe I should think of a better name besides I fell up the stairs, because I didn't say nothing about falling up the stairs. I mean, technically I did fall up the stairs, but I guess the story was more about how I nearly lost my toe. So maybe I should think of that instead. But anyway, y'all, it's a learning process. This is my first ever story time, and I have many more. So just let me know if you want to hear some more stories about me and my travels. All right, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.